how do we recognize true dissonance? When we try to wake up, grow up, become balanced, and the environment and the family feels too constricting for further growth. That is a common problem for a lot of people who are the first in their families, or the first in their, in their systems, their communities, to wake up. It is probably one of the biggest challenges for the first or the early stages of growth, that you become conscious, you become awakened, and then you look around and everyone's saying you changed, and they're kind of angry about it. Even though it's like you're becoming more beautiful, more generous, more gracious, more patient, all of these things, right? Maybe you're practicing the religion more, you're saying please and thank you more, you're becoming more accommodating, you're being more thoughtful, you're asking how people are, giving more eye contact, your tone is warmer, you're not like, you're sweet, whatever. There's all these things that people start to become and have more access to, and people say, oh, you changed. Something's wrong. I've got that so many times, it's like people's, I remember a very interesting kind of thing where I went to my childhood home in Indiana, and we had an iftar during Ramadan, and one of my old friends' mom saw me, and she kind of like, God bless her, she's just like, you changed, you changed so much. And she knew me as a boy, like a young, primary school, like elementary school, middle school kid, and I was pretty wild. I was a pretty rambunctious kid. So she's like, you changed so much. I said, Alhamdulillah, I did change. Thank God I changed. But yeah, people often misunderstand that, that they think the change is regression, even though it's progress. And perhaps people also become very self-conscious that you've grown and they haven't. And there's jealousy that can come in, and shame, and there's acting out from that shame. Resentment, perhaps, and anger at you, is instead of them being angry at themselves and being, moved to kind of follow suit and listen to their own inner heart that is telling them, grow, heal, stop it, drop the addiction, stop getting angry at everyone who seems to not love you or seems to not give you what you need. There's so many different ways that the environment can become constricting, and there needs to be ultimately a means by which we find sohbah. We find sohbah, we find companionship and fellowship in people that are on the same path. And this can be virtual now. It's not ideal, of course, but it can be virtual now. Finding people that are kindred spirits, that are doing similar work, that think similarly, that envision the Deen similarly, that understand and sense make life similarly, that are seeking the same types of goals, and everyone's kind of moving in that direction together. There is so much support. I feel so much support when I'm with my people, as opposed to on my own, in my home, in my day-to-day grind, and feeling disconnected and unsupported. That's something that I can kind of almost come to a stall. I can come to like a stop. But then when I get back with people that I love and my heart responds to, things get moving again. So I encourage all of you, especially the questioner, to find sohbah,